Tonight on Fake News, we talk with current COVID victim and denier Ted Nugent. American finds guilty cop guilty after having evidence for a year. And we hear from white women on a state of race relations. I'm Paul Heredia, in for someone with normal hair, and this is Fake News. Hello. In Why Did It Take So Long news, Derek Chauvin has been convicted on all 3 counts of manslaughter. A recent report says that he's been moved to a restricted housing prison unit to ensure his safety. And thank God, I'd hate for anything bad to happen to him, said the Lost Boys, Beelzebub, and the Gremlins after getting wet. A former Minneapolis officer said he fears that Chauvin conviction will start a trend of sending cops involved in killings to prison. And I sure hope so, said people with common sense. After the conviction of Derek Chauvin, Football Hall of Famer Brett Favre said he did not think Chauvin meant to kill George Floyd. Those words brought to you by concussions. Swollen brain make good idea word. Hike! Around the country, people have joined the Black Lives Matter protest last summer, celebrated Chauvin's conviction this week. Joining us now is one of those protesters, Madison Williams.
Woo!
Hi, Madison.
Hey, Paul.
How are you?
I am wonderful. I am so very excited.
Give me one. Okay, now I can see you. Yeah. So you're very excited.
I'm very excited. Aren't you?
Yeah. I'm happy about the outcome of the trial, and it seems like you are as well.
Yeah, I'm happy about the outcome of the trial. Come on, Paul. Where is your enthusiasm? This is a big deal. We solved racism. It's just like such like a good feeling that like knowing everything that we did last summer, all the hashtags and the social media posts and the protests, like it really made a difference.
Okay, so I take it you participated in last summer's Black Lives Matter protests.
Of course, I never miss an event. And let's be real, that was the social scene of the summer.
Okay. I don't think most people saw the protest as a social function, but you feel that your participation did help us get to where we are today, right?
Oh my God, totally. Like we were all over TV. I got 10,000 new followers on Instagram and like we fixed racism in the process. And like, can I be real for a second, Paul?
I kind of don't want you to be, but go ahead.
Okay, well, like the protests were like totally fun and all, and I got like 50,000 steps in every day, and my tan was banging from all the hours in the sun. But like real talk, I'm really stoked that everybody listened up and stopped being racist because this summer I just want to go back to basics, like feet in the sand and drink in my hand. I'm going to get some box braids. I'm going to trade in my anti-racism books for like a fun summer beach read and just, bask in the glow of racial unity.
Well, Madison, we didn't fix racism.
Wait, what do you mean? The cop who killed George Floyd was found guilty.
Right,
Case closed, mission accomplished.
Right, but that's not solving racism. I mean, just the fact that the verdict was uncertain right up until it was announced, despite the preponderance of evidence, just shows you how much work there's still to do.
Okay, but like he was convicted, so like now cops know that they have to stop doing bad shit because like they know there'll be consequences.
That's not necessarily true. I mean, a cop in Ohio shot a young black girl mere hours after Chauvin was found guilty.
Well, like maybe that cop didn't get the memo, but he'll totally be found guilty now.
At this point, Chauvin is the exception, not the rule. In fact, cops are prosecuting less than 2% of all fatal shootings. What kind of self-educating did you do around the protest last year?
A lot. I was on Instagram like every day, swiping through all the infographics that my favorite influencers posted, and I read every BLM statement that companies emailed to me.
Okay, well, that might not have been enough.
Well, I was also really busy trying to get my organic, cruelty-free hair mask company off the ground. So, you know,
Well, I hate to break it to you, Madison, but holding Chauvin accountable for murder is not the end of racism in the U.S. It's barely even the beginning. There's still a tremendous amount of work to be done to dismantle white supremacy in the U.S., and we're going to need everyone, including you, to keep showing up.
but like, is it cool if I drink rosé while I do it?
If it helps, sure.
All right, Protest Girl Summer #2, let's go.
Madison Williams, thanks for joining us. Unbelievable, right? Can't wait for White Boy Summer. In coronavirus news, Biden reached his goal of having 200 million vaccine doses administered, which explains why none of my phone calls have recently dropped. Thanks, Bill Gates. He's a real one. Give me 1 second. Oh, yeah. I didn't fart. I just needed that 1 second to relax. Wisconsin Republican Senator Ron Johnson questioned the need for widespread COVID-19 vaccinations, saying in a radio interview, "What do you care if your neighbor has one or not?" And look, Wisconsinites hates their neighbor, but Minnesota isn't going anywhere. It's just changing for the better. Okay, Ron Johnson, everyone. In national news, Caitlyn Jenner announced today that she will run for governor of California. But who would vote for her? Democrats hate her for her conservative policies, Republicans hate her for being a woman, and her daughters hate her for not keeping up with them. Former President George W. Bush said in an interview that he wrote in Condoleezza Rice for president on his 2020 ballot. But in his defense, he thought he was ordering Chinese food. In an effort to go green, Taco Bell is starting a program where you can mail in your used hot sauce packets to be recycled. This will mark the first time in history where Taco Bell takes its trash instead of selling it. Still, I would eat that out of the trash. In space news, NASA has converted carbon dioxide from the Mars atmosphere into pure, breathable oxygen for the first time. Let me hit that shit, said Earth. U.S. Border Patrol officials are reporting that people are using $5 ladders to climb over the $15 billion border wall. And to think, Zoltar could have predicted that would have been happened. Oh, I'm going to do that one again. Oh, yeah, baby. Mwah. Kisses for everyone joining us tonight. I love all of you. All right. U.S. Border Patrol officials are reporting that people are using $5 ladders to climb over the $15 billion border wall. And to think, Zoltar could have predicted this would happen for just $1. On to legislation updates. Josh Hawley was the only U.S. senator to oppose the new anti-hate crime bill that addressed the rise in attacks against Asian Americans. He said the bill was not specific enough and went on to say, "Are Koreans still on the table? Filipinos? Please make it clear who I can still attack." That dude sucks. Give me 1 second. I gotta fix my beautiful locks of hair. The Federal Communications Commission is introducing a new database that would require phone companies to stop scammers using robocalls. But who will I send my life savings to? Said my grandma. Oh, wrong slide. I'll do that one again because I messed up the slide. The Federal Communications Commission is introducing a new database that would require phone companies to stop scammers using robocalls. But who will I send my life savings to? Says my grandma. Grandma, I love you, but you are dumb. The U.S. House voted on Thursday to grant statehood to Washington, D.C., with a large portion of Republicans opposing the proposal, solely because it had the word hood in it. Oh, there we go. Keep messing up my slides. In world news, imprisoned Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny said it Friday he's ending his hunger strike after getting medical attention and being warned by his doctors that continuing this would put his life at risk. When reached for comment, Vladimir Putin said, "Good. I will never forgive myself if Alexei dies before I kill him myself." What a guy. A Taiwanese couple allegedly schemed to take advantage of the paid marriage leave laws by getting married and divorced 3 times within a month-long period. When reached for comments, the couple said, No. Which is that really toxic couple that gets off on constantly breaking up and getting back together? According to an animal control group from Poland, they received a call that an unidentifiable animal was terrorizing the residents, but it ended up just being a croissant. Sounds like a case of mistaken identity yeast. In entertainment news, singer Demi Lovato is feuding with LA frozen yogurt shop The Big Chill after saying on social media that seeing sugar-free treats in the store was triggering. In related news, Lovato just found a new sponsor for her next tour. It's sugar. Sad white man Morrissey lashed out after a recent episode of The Simpsons mocked him, saying, "In a world obsessed with hate laws, there are none to protect me." Which is the most Morrissey law thing that anyone could say, you know. Oh, hold on, I'm going to do that again. Sad white man Morrissey lashed out after a recent episode of The Simpsons mocked him, saying, "In a world obsessed with hate laws, there are none that protect me," which honestly is the most Morrissey thing Morrissey could say after being made fun of by a cartoon that stopped being relevant 15 years ago. Bam! That's a punch towards The Simpsons and towards Morrissey. We attack everyone on this show. On to sports news. The Los Angeles Dodgers have created a section for people who are fully vaccinated against COVID-19. Not to be outdone, the Houston Astros have created a section for anyone who wants to go ass to mouth. Sign me up. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell announced this week that he got COVID-19 vaccine so he will be able to hug players at the upcoming NFL draft. In response, every player in unison said, "Nah, thanks, but no thanks." A handsome golden-colored therapy bunny named Alex came to the ballpark and stole the hearts of San Francisco Giants fans on Thursday night, and he's demanding $1 billion to return them. Our thoughts and prayers are with the bunny's victims. On Wednesday night, Ted Nugent, who once dismissed COVID-19, tested positive for it. Here to comment is Ted Nugent.
Thanks for having me, Paul.
Hi, thanks for being here. Give me 1 second to get rid of your picture. There we go.
No problem.
Now we got the real we got the real guy.
It's the real guy. Thanks for having me, Paul.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
I'm great. Yeah, so happy you're here. I can't see you, and I want to see the Ted Nugent live in person, but I can't see your camera. Show the world who you are.
Give me 1 second here. I guess I'm having some troubles with my green screen, they say.
Oh.
Give me 1 second. Turn off that green screen. How's
there
that?
He is. The man, the myth. How are you doing?
Not too good. Not too great.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking to hear.
Feel sick as a dog who ate some goofball's liberal chocolate collection in a distant wacko land.
Really? Those are the side effects you're getting from having COVID after you denied it?
No, I mean I'm morally sick. See, I was tricked into contracting this fake leftist virus.
I gotcha. Okay. Yes. Wait, you still think it's fake?
You bet your ass I still think it's fake. But the effects of this fake virus are real, Paul. I was very ill ill as a doper freak from some bonsai zoo land.
Wait, I'm not sure I'm tracking. How is COVID-19 fake if the effects are real? I mean, you had all the symptoms, right?
Let me put this in a way your wahoo noohoo liberal monkey poop brain can understand. When I make love to my wife, she fakes 100% of her orgasms. Yet the chances of me contracting an orgasm during these sessions is guaranteed. These are facts. We're not in some distant Wikushadu land. You understand?
I don't think so. And why do you keep mentioning these distant lands?
Because I mention what is crazy. And distant lands are crazy, Paul. Have you ever been to Washington, Paul? It's wacko. Now, can I continue talking about how this virus is not real?
I mean, go ahead, I guess.
Fake leads to real, Paul. Here's another example. When I buy a gun, I show a fake ID so the government can't track me. Yet I use that gun to shoot my neighbor's raccoon. Fake leads to real, capiche?
Ted, I don't think sure. Back to this virus though. You had doctors bring you back to health, correct?
Don't even get me started on these liberal quacks. My doc told me drink liquids, so I did. Drank multiple gallons. Then he said, liberal tears don't count. Okay, then why did I buy them on the black market, Paul? So I told the doctor, hey, doc, you should have told me that before I got so power drunk that I shot a deer with a bow and arrow and then raised that corpse as a son, like some god from a cuckoo's nest in some far-off Chakudinku land.
Honestly, I'm having a lot of trouble figuring out what your point is, but it sounds disgusting.
Exactly. These doctors are disgusting. And then get this. These libs, they tried to put me on ventilators. I knew better. I just shot holes in my own lungs. Problem solved.
What? Is that safe?
Is global warming fake?
I mean, we call it climate change now, but no, it's real.
Oh, really? If global warming is real, then why for the last 10 days has my body been flashing between red hot and ice cold like some fridge that's on fire in a distant Chattanooga land?
Because you had COVID-19.
Agree to disagree. Because you don't know facts. And I know more facts than I own guns, so look that up.
I'm sorry, look what up?
Exactly. But with all that said, I was able to write some music while I was stuck at home with this fake disease. I'd love to play you an excerpt from my new song.
Yeah, that sounds great. We'd love to hear it here.
All right, here it goes. I have a fever and it's fake. I have a fever and it's fake. That's all I have so far.
That sounds a lot like cat scratch fever.
Well, Paul, you sound a lot like a Antifa who gets his liberal ideas from some distant vegan privilege land.
Ted Nugent, everyone. We hope he gets better. Yeah, why not? We're the good guys, right? The ones with the moral higher ground. All right. On to local news. An Ohio State University block party turned destructive overnight, with cars flipped over and buildings vandalized. But right-wing experts say it was Antifa disguising themselves as college students fighting for the right to party. Of course. Disgusting. An explosion in a New Hampshire quarry that shook nearby homes on Thursday turned out to be an elaborate gender reveal party. The baby's gender? TNT and the dynamite. TNT and the win the fight. Oi, 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 oi. I hope that's the way the song goes. Back to last weekend, an off-campus party at the Ohio State University descended into chaos, ending with several flipped cars. In the students' defense, they basically had to cram 1 year's worth of partying into one single night. So it really could have been a lot worse. Remember those guys? For the first time since the pandemic, American Airlines has fully restored all of its nonstop domestic flights with resumption of service between Philadelphia and Charleston, West Virginia. However, this does not address why anyone would want to go to Charleston, West Virginia. Let me know in the comments. An Illinois man found scatting break. Me and Kim Cattrall. Let's see. Okay. An Illinois man found that a bowling ball with his oh no, that's still not right. Okay. An Illinois man filled a bowling ball with his father's ashes and bowled a perfect game this week. Surprisingly, it did not bring his father back from the dead. That sucks, man. Oh. 1 second. Right now, we're bringing you 1 second. We have an interview with a woman who had a raccoon encounter in her home. 1 second till I gotta bring my slide up. I am fucking up tonight. Okay. Sorry, everyone. Sorry for being so hot tonight. Shout out to my real ones. Okay. Now we're here. An Ohio woman was attacked by a raccoon who entered her house this week. Here to speak more on this is the woman who was attacked, Felania Bax. Felania?
How you doing tonight?
Hey, how are you doing? Thanks for joining us.
Thanks. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I just did a quick safety check.
Yeah. I'd love to get to the story. It sounds fascinating. I know a raccoon entered your home. Can you tell us a little bit about what happened there?
Well, to say it was terrifying would be an understatement. I've never been so scared in my life. He's come back 3 nights in a row now, and I don't know what to do to make him stop.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that. Start us off. I mean, this happened last week.
Yeah, last week.
It seems like you're still dealing with it right now. Can we assume that you're still dealing with this right now?
Yeah, he waits until I fall asleep, and then he'll caress my face with his little hands, and I'm convinced he's my boyfriend. But then I wake up and I realize I don't have a boyfriend, and that's when he attacks!
Oh my God. Is there anything we can do here? Anything at all?
I don't know. Maybe send Postmates? It's been a couple days since I've been able to leave the house. Every time I open the door, he's waiting for me.
Is that? Hold on. Is that him? I mean, this is breaking news. It seems like it's still happening now. If you could put him on camera for us, that would be perfect.
He's in the house. He's in the house. Oh my God. I set up booby traps. What were you saying? So sorry, that was rude of me.
No, please. Take care of yourself. Get yourself to safety. And if you can you angle the camera to show us this raccoon?
I have no idea what you said. I've been so filled with terror.
Can you tell us about your sleeping situation? So you're saying that he wakes you up at night, but there's like he's like waiting by the door, or Oh, I can't hear you right now.
I know I can't hear you either.
Oh, it's okay. Hey. No, it's okay. Hey, it's okay. Hey.
I can't hear a thing you're saying.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
No, I think he cut the wires to my computer.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Can you hear me?
Felania,
What?
can you tell us if the raccoon has been washing his hands? Because, raccoons do that thing. Is it seem more evil, maybe? Are you perceiving this to be more evil than it is?
I saw him go into my bidet and turn it on to wash the blood off of his hands. He had blood from my face and from my labia.
I'm sorry, your labia?
My labia. I think he's in the bathroom. I'm scared.
Felania, I have to ask. Have you tried calling animal services, the police, anyone?
They said that once a raccoon picks its mate, you're done for life.
Oh my god! Felania Banks, everybody. I hope we hear from her again. But you know what they say, the show must go on, so we're going to get back to the news. Pour one out for her just in case. An Indiana woman accused of killing her husband claimed that their dog did it, but that defense fell apart when his body was found with 10 bullet holes in it. We believe her, though. The internet knows. You mess with the soup, you get the shot. That's a popular meme. I don't know. Sound off in the comments if you've heard of this meme. Hawaii's Department of Natural Resources declared on Wednesday that the Lua Island is finally free of invasive rats after decades of eradication efforts. But unfortunately, they didn't get all of them. Sorry, my rage was building inside of me. I had to pause for a second. A burglar has pleaded guilty after downloading porn during a break-in and leaving DNA evidence on the laptop. Looks like the only virus he left was HPV. A Michigan woman glued her eyes shut after mistaken glue drops for eye drops. Her broken pottery is crystal clear. Yeah. Clear eyes. Remember that guy? A Connecticut couple solved a decade-old mystery when a treasure hunter found $46,000 hidden underneath their floorboards. The one mystery that they can't solve? Where's the sound of the beating heart coming from? That one's for all my poet heads. Shout out. You're out there. Sound off in the comments. Or rhyme in the comments. I want to, poet off in the comments. A new study reveals that women experience higher levels of Zoom fatigue than men. When asked to comments, women everywhere just can't. An Oklahoma man was arrested Tuesday after repeatedly begging officers to tase him. Though they denied his self-deprecating request, the officers settled for flicking his nipples and calling him a naughty boy. ACAB-DSM, guys. ACAB-DSM. A North Carolina woman made headlines after she captured video of a snake crawling on baked beans in her local Target. Though the snake has been safely removed, the one snake Target can't get rid of. My penis! Got him. Clean up on aisle my penis. I don't look like that anymore. It's been a year. That's all we have for you tonight. Make sure you join us next time when we'll be covering these top headlines. A neighbor's home brew tastes more like shithole condo brew. I'll say it again. Neighbor's home brew tastes more like shithole condo brew. A string of murders tied back to local yarn shop. Local punk prodigy writes song with 4 chords. Local punk prodigy writes song with 4 chords. Local rebel declares, I will not do grammar, period, comma. Sex therapist recommends she be in the next room. Nope. Bah. Sex therapist recommends she be in the room next time. Area teen suspects both his moms are gay. So tune in next time when you'll hear jokes or stories about these headlines. This has been Fake News. Keep it real.